Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now June 21st of 2021. Now, ever since the very end of The Mandalorian Season 2's finale, a lot of fans have been very skeptical and yet very excited about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney, Lucasfilm, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and others out there. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Also, make sure to check me out at Mike01 on Twitter if you would like to. Now, going ahead and examining exactly what Disney has in store for the future of the franchise, we obviously know that a lot of people over at Lucasfilm are trying their absolute best to handle the new Star Wars Legends properly to be placed into the Star Wars universe in a very successful way by Jon and Dave. In fact, that is the main plan right now by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, is to transfer Star Wars Legends in a respectful manner that's going to translate very well to the Star Wars fandom. So given that we have a lot of shows currently in the works, we have Star Wars Ahsoka, we have of course Star Wars Book of Boba Fett, we've got the Bad Batch right now, and a lot more coming our way, such as The Mandalorian Season 3 and 4, and a lot more TV shows that have yet to be announced that will be by this fall. So Jon and Dave, they have a lot on their plate. They're very busy as we speak. By the way, Kathleen Kennedy is still having issues with the Acolyte TV series with Leslie Headland. I've said this time and time again, I don't believe it's going to make that 2022 release. It's looking more and more likely to be 2023 at best, and a lot of fans are actually, really not looking forward to the Acolyte TV series coming out, because one major factor into that show is how Kathleen Kennedy is trying to essentially retcon many aspects of the prequel trilogy movies and more. So with that being said, what's really intriguing about all of this and what's been happening behind the scenes is that since Dave Filoni is now working very hard on the Ahsoka Tano series starring Rosario Dawson, while Jon Favreau is helping him with that as well. The Book of Boba Fett is also getting closer to post-production for it to release on time by this December. Now, further, it's described, however, that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are creating a major plot point for the Ahsoka Tano series for Disney+, where it's described that both Jon and Dave have plans to create a piece in the series in which characters like Luke Skywalker and Mara Jade will come to Ahsoka's aid in a battle against Grand Admiral Thrawn that will be a defining moment in Star Wars history. Now, it's said that this battle will be inspiring from one used in Star Wars Legends that will surprise many of the hardcore fans, that is set to involve Ezra Bridger, portrayed by Mena Massoud, to actually be taken as a prisoner by Grand Admiral Thrawn. Now, this major plot point and piece is set to also involve the moment in which Mara Jade is actually deciding to turn away from the remnants of the Empire and the Emperor to join with Luke and Ahsoka Tano to save Ezra Bridger. Mara Jade is said to be played by Gillen from the Avengers and Jumanji movies, and that this was a choice made by Jon Favreau. This is best described to be a battle of Ahsoka, Mara, and Luke joining together to save Ezra Bridger, who actually holds knowledge of a hidden Jedi that they are trying to seek and bring back to gain new knowledge about the Emperor's clone on Exegol, and more. Now, further, it's currently unclear who the hidden Jedi will be for the new storyline by Jon and Dave. However, this is set to be a legendary reveal for the Ahsoka series' final episode that will connect to another Force-related TV series by Disney that will make its way sometime in 2025. Now, I want to point something out here that's very much crucial to the Star Wars universe. Now, given that we have, of course, Ahsoka Tano getting her own series, which, by the way, is a major deal. I mean, this is a very well-respected character. We obviously know that a lot of factors are going to play into that show. We're going to see the worlds between worlds. Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost is going to play a major part. We also have the realm of Mortis making its way into the Ahsoka series, as well as the netherworld of the Force. So it's a very, mystical side of Star Wars that's going to be implemented into the Ahsoka series. I want to focus on this joining forces type of format, and I kind of like this. Now, when we go ahead and examine, how Jon and Dave are planning to use Luke, Mara, and Ahsoka to join together to save Ezra Bridger from Grand Admiral Thrawn. This to me sounds like a very, very important moment in Star Wars, because basically what they're doing is that they're using and cherry-picking a specific battle that we're currently unaware of from Star Wars Legends and throwing it into the Disney canon. Now, they are going to be using a lot of storylines from the Thrawn trilogy books, alright? Those 3 major books from the 1990s is going to be a defining moment in the Ahsoka Tano series, so they're using a lot of it for that. The other thing is this, is that we also know that when we go ahead and look at Ezra Bridger, alright, how Disney actually decided to have him be portrayed by Mena Massoud, the actor who portrayed Aladdin, the live-action version, of course, by Disney, is going to be the new Ezra Bridger. So that's also exciting. I think that's a perfect cast. It's a lot better than the other one that they were considering. So this time around, they really do know what the fans want to see, what proper casting should look like, and I think that there's a lot of optimism coming our way with the Star Wars fandom. I really do believe that. I think that with the Book of Boba Fett and the Kenobi series, those are going to be the 2 major steps to bringing Star Wars back on track. I think that if we hang in there a little bit longer and just wait and see what Star Wars is going to look like post the Book of Boba Fett and Star Wars Kenobi, I think that there's a lot coming into fruition here by Disney and Lucasfilm. Given that Kathleen Kennedy has little to no creative power over these new stories, that's great news. The fact that she's only involved with the Acolyte series, that's also great news. So, Karen Gillen as the new Mara Jade, I will be honest, it's perfect casting. It makes a lot of sense. We touched on this a couple of weeks ago, of how Disney and Lucasfilm are trying to make the perfect casts for some of these very well-respected and beloved characters. Now, between Ezra Bridger and Grand Admiral Thrawn, alright, there is going to be a very interesting dynamic there. As far as Grand Admiral Thrawn, they're still trying to pinpoint exactly who they want to cast for that role, and there's been quite a number of choices that they've been going through. We'll get into that a little bit later. But I think that obviously the fact that they're drawing a lot from the Thrawn trilogy, alright, the Thrawn books from the 90s, that is a great step in the right direction. Let me just be honest here. That is probably the perfect way to go about doing things, and to kind of slightly change things here and there to fit in some of the other new characters that are going to be unveiled in the Ahsoka Tano show. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.